Freddy vs. Jason, the 2003 horror film that brought two of the biggest horror icons ever to the same movie. Today we're going to talk about this movie. We're going to compare the Blu-ray to the DVD, take a look at some of the special features. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the Act of Violence channel. My name is Alec. This is Yoshi and Darwin. Today, we're talking Freddy vs. Jason on DVD and Blu-ray. Now, what's pretty cool is this is a copy I got for my birthday. And I saw this movie in theaters. To put that in perspective, I was born in 1991. So when this came out in 2003, I would have been 12 years old. I was just getting really into horror, and I was like anticipating this movie, you know what I mean? I saw it, loved it, and then I got it for DVD for my next birthday, that next following year of 2004. I mean, it came out that month. You know, my birthday is in January, and it came out in January of 2004. And this is that very copy, so, you know, this is the one I've been watching for years. We watched this copy growing up at sleepovers, you know what I mean? This was a hit for the kids. And I actually think it's aged really well. And I know that's not a hot take at this point, you know. People may not have received this well when it initially came out, but I think a lot more people love it now. And recently I'm coming to the conclusion of what movies I want to get on 4K, what series, what I'm okay with sticking on Blu-ray. Because as of right now, I only have Nightmare on Elm Street on DVD. I only have Friday the 13th on DVD. I just upgraded and got this on Blu-ray, because that's the highest format available. If they had a 4K out of this, I probably would have got it. Now, in regards to Friday the 13th, I think I'm going to get the Shout set, and I'm going to stick with that. Freddy vs. Jason, I would get a 4K of. I'm going to get the Nightmare on Elm Street 4K set. I think I'm going to get Child's Play on 4K. Other franchises like Halloween, I really just want Halloween 3. But anyway, let's talk Freddy vs. Jason. Let's talk about this 2-disc DVD set first. It is obviously the same artwork, very iconic. We open it up, and there is a little slip in here, which is pretty cool. Like the songs on this DVD, own the soundtrack. Slipknot, Stone Sour, Seven Dust, Hatebreed, Killswitch Engage, Power Man 5000, From Autumn to Ashes. Collect all 3 covers, and there's like a Freddy cover, a Jason cover, and a cover with both of them. On the back of that, it's an advertisement for Butterfly Effect, which I also have on DVD. I do like these discs because disc 1 is Freddy's face up close, disc 2 is Jason. We open up the Blu-ray, you just got the regular disc. This came out in 2009, September, and it has not been upgraded since. There's been no other scans of the movie as far as I can tell. The Shout set just is the same disc. I think it's even the same disc artwork. It's the same menus and everything, same special features. And I think there's a couple extra special features on this that aren't on the DVD, but most of them are the same. And some of them are pretty good. Before we get to the side-by-side comparison, let's take a look at those. My favorite special feature on here, and the most important if you ask me, is the pre-fight conference in Las Vegas, July 15th, 2003. It's basically a fight weigh-in like you'd see for professional boxing matches, and it's hilarious and awesome. Like I've never been a wrestling or boxing or anything like that fan, but this was fun to see. Freddy is being a real snarky butthead, and
you're slow, you're stupid, and you're all washed up.
Freddy Krueger, 174 3/4 pounds.
Jason's just getting comedy from being silent, just getting laughs from, saying nothing. I think the DVD menu is more interesting looking on the DVD, but what are you going to do? They didn't even list all the special features that are actually on the disc on the back of the Blu-ray either. Just the ones that are on here. It says commentary by director Ronnie Yu, Robert Englund, and Ken Kirzinger, who played Jason. There's also a Development Hell featurette that has, interviews with Sean Cunningham and Robert Shea. There's a bunch of deleted scenes, which is pretty cool. There's a whole short documentary about the summer camp premiere of the movie that they did. Publicity, promotion vignettes, El Nino How Can I Live music video, trailer spots, and TV spots. Visual effects exploration, that's what I was noticing. There was a whole thing that said it was a Jason cooking thing. Then there's a whole Freddy makeup thing. There's actually significant special features on these releases. Again, they might have the exact same special features, but considering the Blu-ray's the highest quality you can get right now, that's the one I'd go with. But let's take a look at this side-by-side comparison. All right, here we are looking at the side-by-side comparison I have put together, and we're just going to look at this side-by-side. Now, the first thing you're going to notice, it doesn't look too different, especially smaller like this and compressed on YouTube and everything, but I will say both look great. I watched them on my 4K TV. So you do a little bit of upscaling on the DVD and the Blu-ray, and look at that. Look at that quality. For the DVD, that's insane. Honestly, when I put these side by side, I was surprised how good the DVD actually looked when you put them right next to each other. On the TV, I'll say Blu-ray looks a lot better. Like, when I was actually recording these and watching them on the TV, I was like, oh, the Blu-ray's insane. Looks so good, and I've been watching DVD for years, so this shot in particular, though, like, so up close you can see all the detail there. You gotta look at places like, look at the edges of his nose here. And again, you're not going to be able to probably distinguish this as much as I could on my TVs, but just because the colorization is damn near the exact same was no reason not to do this video. So let's keep going. Again, I don't know if you guys are seeing exactly what I'm seeing, but like there's just an extra level of clarity on the Blu-ray that's very nice. Now, I hope I have some TV viewers, but a lot of people are going to watch this on their phone, and it's not going to be as drastic for you guys looking at these side-by-sides. But what can I say? This is actually a good thing. It just means consistency in the transfers. Okay, so upon further looking, Freddy vs. Jason was shot on 35mm, which is good. That means we can get a fairly good 4K out of it, hopefully. And obviously they just announced Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X, so maybe we'll see that this year or next. You gotta appreciate how good the coloring is on this side-by-side, though. Like, that they look virtually the same. I would say the one thing that Blu-ray does slightly better is the blacks. Again, maybe not as noticeable for you guys, but in general, I think this is a very beautiful movie. Watch it on the biggest TV you can, in the dark, with like some old fucking snacks. Like, get yourself some Doritos, you know what I'm saying? Get yourself some Sody Pops, some candy maybe. This is interesting. In some of these shots where it's like all one color, basically, the Blu-ray does have a significant advantage, I think. This is actually a good shot for you guys to see. The hand has so much more clarity in the Blu-ray than it does the DVD. This one too, like the Blu-ray looks a lot better. But then you look at a shot like this and you're like, virtually they look the fucking same, you know? How do we feel about the fire? Man, it's like, at a certain point when the movies were done well, like the scans, they just look good. And here's the thing, DVD, a lot of people remember it looking worse than it does because they were using RCA cables. Using a Blu-ray player and an HDMI cable immediately is going to look at least a little bit better. And it's crazy how that works, isn't it? But, you know, a lot of people will praise S-video when we're talking things like VHS and DVD. But hell, when I was growing up, I was either using standard coax or RCAs, and at one point I had one TV that I did use S-video for because it actually had the input. I wonder though if we saw a 4K upgrade of this, if the upgrade would be more drastic, you know what I mean? Because like it's a pretty clear picture over here. It's like I'd almost just be happy with the DVD if I hadn't just watched it on my TV, and, you know, significantly bigger and less compressed. But here's a good example of how the dark looks better. Like, it's not supposed to be black, but like, again, I think the shadows and the blacks are going to be the Blu-ray's, like, best quality. Man, this is a scary-ass Freddy design, too, in this scene, you know what I'm saying? This is, like, one of my favorite shots from this movie. Look at that demon motherfucker. Look, he's got the sharp ears. Like, this is one of my favorite looking Freddys. Obviously, like, for him to look like this through a whole movie might be a little much. It kind of reminds me of New Nightmare, but like, man, it's cool. Another good example, though, of the Blu-ray outshining the DVD. But if you have the DVD at this point, you might want to just wait for the 4K. I don't know, because they got to do it at some point, right? Especially every other movie is getting released. So, you know, when I was actually doing these side-by-sides, I was like, I get that my laptop screen is significantly smaller than my 4K TV. But I didn't think that the DVD would look that similar to the Blu-ray on the smaller screen. Like it's genuinely crazy. When I was editing it, I had to make sure I put the right files in the right spots. I was like, what am I looking at? I feel like I have to tell you guys, I promise the Blu-ray looks better than the DVD, man. I think that's a good example. It's a little more clear over here. By the time the 4K comes out, I'll have to get a VHS. These shots are fun though, man. Such a fun movie. Again, the colors are pretty wonderful for a horror movie. I don't know if I need more color out of a 4K, and I feel like that might be a thing that would happen. I think it looks great color-wise, don't you? For how you want a horror movie to look? Because this is all nighttime, like look at that. It's lit just enough. This is a good shot. A lot sharper image on the Blu-ray. You can see like individual beads of sweat, but it's just like you can almost see that, but it's just, it gets blurry at a certain point. And there you have it. The last shot. A beautiful shot. And I feel like it's a little more clear here how much better the Blu-ray looks, but I'll leave it up to you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Which looks better? And are they even, that different? That's Freddy vs. Jason, the DVD versus the Blu-ray. Hopefully in the future, we will get a 4K release of this movie, and I can do a comparison with the VHS and the 4K added in. Until then, if you like this video, be sure to check out this one and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.